Welcome to Ancient Wisdom of the Feminine. I am Srishti Yadav, and I'm here today with Magdala Ramirez in continuation with our Golden Era series. A little bit.
I'm very happy to be with you all. Today, we're coming back from ceremony Vision Quest, and it has been very intense and very powerful too. Just jumping from one reality to another one, and yet holding all the realities at the same time. I have a beautiful announcement. Finally, Messages from the Great Mother app. You can find it now in your telephone, in your Apple or Android. And this is a very beautiful. Oh my gosh! It took us 3 years just to give birth to this one and bring it back to that original vibration too. And you will receive a message from the Great Mother. The Great Mother wants you to know that she's always with you. So out of the blue, you're gonna receive a very, very unique message. You see, is different for everyone, and this is very, very related of what it is the subject today. The restoration of the original vibration. That was the theme in the Vision Quest, and this is what is going on in this time and space with the people. And it is a very, very unique path. Right now, I have with me Grandmother Christine, that she is just such an incredible sister, an incredible woman with so much wisdom. And my sister, how it was for you, Vision Quest and the landing, and how you have changed.
Well, for me, this was my very first Vision Quest, which was special. I got the call and I acknowledged that and I went. I had an original need to be there and which changed over time throughout the week. For me, that message of the uniqueness is so important because there were obviously messages for the many that we all got in common, but then specifically, I got my own personal messages that I need to put my attention to, that I need to learn from. And those are the ones that I've brought back that I'm working with right now and in a different realm. And like you said, in the many realms, which is the beauty of that. But the uniqueness of that, I think, is like what the app is about. You get a unique message from the mother, specific to you, and that is beautiful.
Yeah, that it has been a great message coming out from Vision Quest, and the app is ready for the people. But you see, I want to talk about that uniqueness, and yet what is the medicine of the true human being, that reset button that you need to push eventually and find it inside of yourself. There is generalities about that original vibration of the human being. You see, human being is peaceful by nature. Human being can see the oneness of everything. The same life force that it is in that tree, it is the same life force that it is within your own self. The recognition of yourself as love, it is imperative at this time. There is this honor and respect. You see, that is your masculine way, and it is very much linked with that heart of yours. And where are you in the recognition of love as the path of being human? It is these generalities, the value that you have that was very prevalent. The value yourself. What is it? And the connection, the unique connection that you have with the one that created you. These are generalities that we have been speaking in this radio talk for a very, very long time. What about that uniqueness and how that has been very prevalent in yourself? You see, you have a story, and that story, it is genetic, it is a genetic memory, it is a part of you, two of what is your choices and the relationship that you have with your experiences and the emotional body, your mind, and how everything is being related. You create your uniqueness. You have a unique path that it will be very different one to another. You see, the medicine, your unique medicine, it is linked with your story. And that medicine that it is linked with your story, it is also weaved with everything around you and everyone around you. Means that you choose your relations based on that medicine, relations that it helps you to make the realization of the self or not, too. All these relations are there because of a reason, and those relations are all happening inside of you, as we have been speaking so much in the radio talk. The uniqueness is very, very specific, and it might be that it will change from time to time. The path, just like when you walk, you find flowers and sometimes you don't. Sometimes it's curvy, sometimes it's a direct link, sometimes it's a spiral, sometimes even it's linear, and sometimes it's upwards, vertical realizations of the many dimensions and many perspectives of yourself. And that's why you can see the changing of perception of realities and how it change and where it is that frequency range, the downloadings that they are happening to are part of your journey. You see the assistance that you have, what it is being maintained and sustained by the one that created you. And it is right there in the table for you, an option, a possibility, and it is your choice. A choice of perpetuate the patriarchal system or a choice of understanding a higher truth with yourself and believe again in yourself. And that believing in yourself happens in each moment of your life, in each instant. What it is that part of you that it is happening when you choose to believe in yourself. What it means believe in yourself is very much believing means being present, being in the presence of your own presence. When you open all your senses at the same time and realize your own existence and realize who you are as the daughter of the Great Mother, as the son of the Great Mother. The teachings of the Great Mother that it is so completely imperative at this time are truly inside of you. And that uniqueness of how you talk to the Great Mother, what is your perception of the Great Mother? What is your relationship with the Great Mother? It is very much how it's showing you how you are loving, how you are understanding love. It is so completely direct into that bonding. What do you think about
Oh,
this?
yeah, I totally agree with that. And for me, it's opened up the option now for an exciting. The possibilities are so vast and so optional that as I as I think and I walk and I act and I relate, I'm coming from a different place than before. What was a vision quest, and it's showing me where I can push aside the system programming, how I choose not to follow that, how we've all been lumped into one common value system, which is so wrong and so not the ways of the mother, and knowing that we do have that uniqueness in us and how we express that is a very exciting possibility for me. This is going to be an incredible journey. from here forward. And I welcome that.
It is. It's very unique because you see, when you love someone, when you love your relatives, it is truly your divinity in motion. It is not the program, the software that it was installed in you, the one that is able to recognize yourself as love. It is that uniqueness. Love has always been eternal. Love has always been true. You see, it's not about true love or not true love. No, true. True is so important because means that love and truth are really holding hands, are one and the same. And that holding hands of the truth and the love that you are, it is really is the one that it is creating your path. What is that truth? If you can find that space within yourself, because you do have the ability to recognize truth. You are truth. You have always been truth. Your spirit is truth. Your higher self, or what you think about your higher self, it is the one that holds that uniqueness and that truth. That divine spark that you are, it is the great mother and the great father too. It is that understanding of recognizing truth. That's when you see that holding hands with love. Love, it is entering in this huge purification. And this purification have taken the people to many levels. The consideration that you have for others, it will show you that world of oneness that you are. That consideration and understanding, that empathy that you have for others is very unique for that true human being that you are. Now, how you perceive that consideration, that's your path and the uniqueness of your path. It is the time in these times of trouble. We come out of Vision Quest and it was all this news that is still we're catching up, and I don't want to see that. It drags me down. And so it is for all the sisters that they go, oh my gosh, all this thing happened in that dimension. Where do we land? Can we land in a higher perspective instead of feeling under attack all the time because of that divinity that you are bringing forward right in the open, right in the open. You focus in that divinity right in the open. Yes, there is many things to be done. There is so many things that it needs to be accomplished. But the most important thing to be accomplished is yourself, and that is the realization of your own self. That is acknowledging your uniqueness, your unique vibration, that tone that it is receiving the next octaves from Mother Earth, because she's the one that provides you. You see, the whole planet is going back into that original vibration. And we talk about it in past episodes. And as she's going back to that original vibration, it is all this incredible life forms that resides in this planet. Everything is going. And of course, for human being, it has been a big struggle because the programming of separation was very, very installed. And now that dream, that bad nightmare of separation, it's over. And finding that place within yourself when you understand and embrace truth that you are. Where are you? And it doesn't matter. Where are you? When you can see in that naked truth, it really takes you directly into the center. The way that you relate in that connection, that sacred connection with the one that created you. How do you feel about this, my sister?
Yes, the realization, like you said, of love and truth holding hands continues to grow once you have the courage, and it does take courage to look inside and see where you're standing, and knowing that that is the truth, and not being afraid to work on that. And then it expands outside of you to everything that you're connected to, which is everything, and all of the energies around you, and all of the other living beings on the planet. It's unheard of or unrealistic for us to not be expressing that love and empathy and compassion and consideration for absolutely everything in the most natural way of all.
And how incredible liberation take place when you can see that truth. You know, seeing yourself, really seeing yourself and being that truth, it takes you into the path to be able to see the whole creation without projecting yourself. That has been a big issue for the people because they want to relate with all the relations based on where are you, instead of seeing the tree as it is with the medicine that it is, and connecting through the essence and understanding that incredible communication that it is taking place right there. And decoding that communication is just way too important, because when you can see your truth, when you can be that truth, it doesn't matter what it is. That's when you find the ladder of bringing up your consciousness, bringing up that frequency range and understanding these downloadings that it is taking place in the universe. You see, we are having an upgrade. And that upgrade, it needs to be embraced as a human being. And as we receive that upgrade, we understand the respect and honor to the whole creation, because we understand the respect and honor within your own self too. You recognize your signature. When you recognize your signature, you are able to recognize the signature of the whole creation. And I'm not just talking about this planet. I'm talking about the stars and the planets and what is happening in the multiverse, because you see, this is a huge community. Our planet is part of a huge, huge community where everything is being connected in one way or the other. In that connection, in that communication that it is taking place, that's the wormhole. That is the many, many realities, in understanding how to let go of one reality and understand a higher relationship that you have with the multiverse, a higher relationship that you have within yourself. And that is precisely the frequency range being increased, a new consciousness. So this means that you can ask yourself, where is my value? Where is my connection? If I'm able to love, that is my divinity in motion, means I can clear it up. I can understand that purification and begin to see a different understanding of your own self. Because you can touch, you can feel, you know your own divinity through love. For you are love. You are that communication taking place with the whole creation and within your own self. That is how you heal yourself, because you're love. That is how you heal the experiences. This is how you build your unique path. And it will be different from you. And it will be different even from your children, because your children are the children of the universe too, are the children of the Great Mother. And they have that unique path too. And that prayer that you really give to the universe is really praying to your own self. Why? Because you are in communion with a whole multiverse too. And this is it might be a different perception of understanding what's a prayer. I see a flower blooming and I see a prayer already being resolved. I see that tree and I can see that prayer already being resolved. You are a prayer already being resolved when you understand that connection with the one that created you, because that is love in motion. And the understanding of love as an eternity, it is just way too imperative at this time. How do you feel about this?
Yes, a lot of the things you were saying were really touching me. The imposition of the idea of separatism on this planet has been so distorted. It has caused so much pain and loneliness, and people thinking they have to search outside of themselves for love. And when you find that that's not the reality, that you are love, your divinity is expressed in that love, and how you walk through your life, it's the most incredible feeling to know that you're not alone. And if unless you choose, which is everything is a choice, to remain stuck in the idea that you cannot change, that this is who you are and there are no other options, and you can give yourself all those justifications as long as you want, that's a choice as well. But knowing that that is not an option, the only option, and that your growth is dependent upon you wanting that and looking within and reaching without. So for me, there were so many lessons and messages that we received individually and in a group. And the message of one, you say, is the message for all in some cases, and the messages for individually helped us grow as individual human beings up there. It was an incredible experience, and I have so many gifts to return with that I'm very excited to begin a new chapter or a new version of myself out there.
Yes, that new version of yourself, it is imperative because it is higher, stronger. That is the upgrade. That is that higher consciousness that is being born. Is like a new beginning for everyone. You see, if you ask all the vision questers, how it was for you, everyone has a different version because everyone is in a different frequency range. So everyone has a different perspective because of that uniqueness too. And the way of communicating that uniqueness, it is part of your own signature. It's very, very beautiful. Now, how do we feel? I feel completely exhausted.
Me too.
With overwhelming situations. With, oh my gosh, it's like have a time to rest. And we haven't yet making that time to rest. And the changes that it needs to be done. What's going on, and yet taking care of that third dimensional reality. Like, are you sure that you're taking your vitamins? That's a general thing. But what is very, very beautiful and imperative that it happens too is you matter. This sensation of nobody cares. Yes, the universe cares. The Great Mother cares. I care. We care. Caring for each other and not being afraid of love. That's the warrior side of it in this time and space. Especially with all the news that I was hearing, it was horrible. How can we overcome this? It can only be through love. It can only be through that understanding of love with honor and respect, because that is the ways of the mother. Respecting each other, respecting every tradition, every way of living, every country, every age, every single thing. Stop the biases. Stop the projection. Stop stealing the energy of somebody else's. That it has been very prevalent in the world of separation. And understanding your unique medicine. At the same time, that understanding that original vibration as a human being. Where we're going, how we're going to get there. It will be through love that you are. That's the big change. Before they tell you that you need to go and look for love and change your tone and vibration just to, beg for love, become a beggar. The crumbles that people can give you. And that was a huge distortion. It was a sad story that it is over when you begin to see that you're the owner. You are the daughter of the Great Mother. And that daughter of the Great Mother means work, means not being afraid of love, means respect to each other, means honor to yourself and others. It is not just a say. It means, where are you for real? Where is that work for real? And that has been very, very powerful. Okay, well, let's wrap it up. What are you feeling?
Well, if I could share one brief message that I got in Vision Quest, that it was one of the most powerful, was that the mother told me that if you see the world through my eyes, meaning the Great Mother, then you will know exactly how to be, because you cannot walk any other way unless you see through those eyes. You feel that connection, you know that connection, maintain that connection. And if you can do that, then many things will change.
Yeah. And you see, as I have been telling you, the Great Mother is inside of you and all around you. When you can see her and understand her and listen to her in your heart, recognize her from all these voices. What happened? What is going on? What it is deep inside of you? What is taking you? What is it that it is taking you? It is just way, way, way too important to recognize this. And the experience, it is about the experience, not about the attachment to that experience. You're not that experience. Recognize this. Well, thank you for listening to us. Remember to download the messages from the Great Mother in your phone. Be connected at all times, every day. That messages were designed to help you to understand that, and that uniqueness in that message is just make it perfect and beautiful. Thank you for being you. Tlatzocomate, Tlatzocomate, Tlatzocomate. I am you. I am Magdala. Thank you, mi hermana Christine.
Thank you.
And I will see you later.
If you enjoyed listening to us, then please support our work. Support us by donating $1 or more at paypal.me/sacredwoman. You can also support us by liking our page, Ancient Wisdom of the Feminine, on Facebook, and sharing the links for each podcast that you like with your friends and family. You can also join the discussion group that is created for this channel on Facebook. It's a public group. Anyone can join. It's a great place to post questions and start discussions with people who are also part of this radio. If you have any comments or questions you'd like to send to us, please send them at sacredwoman144@gmail.com. To look at books and upcoming seminars from Magdala Ramirez, please go to www.magdalas.com, and it's spelled Magdalas. We thank you so much for all your support, and we hope to see you next week.